Okay. So our daily bias on gold is long. Our H1 is cycling up. H4 is not quite ready. And the 1 minute is cycling up. The 5 minute is cycling up. So I'm going to go long. And this is the, let's say I play it up to here. And he's going to play games with me. Okay, come on, let's go. So I'm basically following the concept that Santiago was saying earlier today,
Yeah.
and applying it to gold on a 1 minute chart for the session today. Make sense?
Okay.
My stop loss is 22 pips. So I'll put it down here and just let it play.
That's the only thing we need to be aware of, that most of those time frames are trying to peak.
Mm-hmm.
So
They're trying to top out, yeah.
Yeah, they're not fresh cycles.
Correct.
The only cycle that was fresh was the 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
But the 5, 15, 1 hour, they're all at a possible max.
Yeah, I mean, the caution is that the 4 hour is also not long. So am I expecting a lot out of this? Probably not.
Right.
Okay, market's opened. Let's see what it does. Near 15-minute bar. The only saving grace of this is that the 15 and the 5 are strong to the upside. They're
Right.
peaking,
15
but they're very
flat.
strong.
Yeah, it's flat.
Now, if this white line straightens out and goes to the top, I should get a good push here.
Right.
Why am I hugging this? Oh, no wonder. Okay.
Okay, I jumped in.
Okay. So if I'm up 20 pips, I'm going to get out. Okay. That's
Absolutely, yeah.
basically what I'm going for. I may not even get 20 pips. But see, the 13 straightened out and gave it the strength to go. Now, of course, it came all the way
Come on,
back.
come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
The other thing is this doesn't take this high out. This is not going anywhere.
There's an awful lot of resistance here on the 4 hour
Right.
and on the daily.
4 hours turning up though, so it's speaking to the upside, or it's trying to anyway.
Okay.
I got another half hour in this 4 hour bar.
Yeah, I think the Euro New Zealand probably would have been a better bet.
Hmm. Huh? Let's take that Euro New Zealand. It's already gone.
Yeah, it's already moved, but
Ah,
the 1 hour is just starting to cycle back up.
okay. You got a change of direction. That's an exit. So I'm going to get out with 10 pips. NCT. Yeah. The entry was here. It's gone. And you see the 4 hour was supporting the move up. Yeah, back
Okay.
to gold.
All right. Okay.
Gold is doing multiple change of directions, so it's ranging.
Seesaw.
Let's go. Let's go. Bless you.
Thank you. Oh man.
It's that time of the year, allergy season.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 minutes beginning to cycle down. 15 is cycling down, so maybe wait for a cycle on the 5 minute before jumping in long. Hopefully it'll bounce from here and go back up. Yeah. Momentum has changed to the downside on the 1 minute. 5 minute is about to give a change of direction. What says the daily is going strong to the upside, I'm going to wait for the cycle, go back up. Now I'm going to play the down game. USD yen is going long. Take a look at that. Oh, it's already gone. Euro Aussie is also going long. It's probably also gone. One hour cycling back up. Too many peaks. Okay.
Yeah, the good thing about the USD yen is the 1 hour is giving a fresh cycle,
Yeah.
and the 15-minute cycle is strong.
So is the 5 and the 1 minute is strong too. So it's just it's doing a lot of rejection right now. Now this is a pair I wouldn't have looked at from the daily point of view. But like I said, from an hourly point of view, which is a fresh cycle. Funny part is this 5 and 13 are so far apart. It's almost like a jerky move on the 5-minute chart. So let's look at the 5-minute. Yeah. A lot of uncertainty before it took off. This once it 60 got above the 50, took off. So if we were to take the USD yen, are we just taking the 1-minute cycle? Since everything else is strong.
It's a hard one to call because of the range on the daily, and I just don't know where it's going, to be honest with you. I have no confidence in what direction it's taken. It's just a currency pair that I wouldn't touch today.
Right. But if I were to play just the 1 hour cycle, I would be taking a long on this.
Yeah, yeah. And you might be well rewarded.
Yeah. So just for the sake of this session, there's a 1 minute turning around. So we'll take it long. See where the target is. The previous week high. There's the previous day high. There will be some resistance here. It's a 6-pip trade, not even worth taking. And this is the fallacy of not letting the 1 minute finish its bar. It was going up, then it's dropped.
Telling you, lads, there's no telling what they're going to be doing with it today with this FOMC minutes tonight.
True.
I've seen this happen time and time again when the FOMC minutes are due out. It's wild. It's wild. It's a wild day on the markets.
They already know what's in the minutes.
Oh, of course they do. Yes.
Oh boy. Gold's making a comeback. Five-minute is not done cycle. We'll wait another minute for the 5-minute to give us signal. Yeah, new 5-minute bar. New 15-minute bar. 15 minutes is still cycling now. That's not ready yet. Gotta wait another 15 minutes, Santiago. Or is the 5-minute good enough?
Well, if the 5-minute cycles up, they'll bring the 15. So
Yeah, but it'll take 3 5-minute bars for this to move up. So
right.
if after 5 minutes, if this gives us a signal, is that a good enough signal to go along? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, if you have a fresh 1 minute,
Hmm.
and if the 1 minute is in trend, everything's above on the 1 minute.
Hmm.
Right now, everything is not above, so it's still.
No. Okay, USD yen is at break even. Means the trade is at break even, not that I put my stop there. I don't know what they're waiting on. I mean, the dollar pairs are really not moving, and dollar is one of the strongest currencies. Euro yen is up 2 pips. I mean, USD yen.
Sorry, are you in the euro yen short long?
No, USD yens.
Okay.
The stated pair.
Okay.
Up 2.5 pips. Took the high out on this cycle.
Yeah, I'm going long the US yen right now. Oh God, I hesitate.
Go, baby, go. All right, moving my stop loss closer. Well, now I am 6 pips on my stop loss.
What was your drawdown on that trade?
Got in over here. About 5 pips.
Excellent.
Come on, come on. Don't dawdle. Gold is flip-flopping right now, so I'm not going to watch it for
I just went over to gold and it's just so indecisive at the moment.
yeah.
Yeah.
The USD yen is not doing any better. There's no strength in the moves.
I don't get it. I don't get it. Shouldn't even be trading on a day like today.
But I broke the pivot, came back below, tested, and then hopefully it'll go. So 1 minute cycling. Normally, or if I had seen this bar, I would have been out. So that would have netted me 8 pips, 6 pips, something like that. But
Okay.
for the purpose of this trade session, I'm staying in the market. So really, we are playing the H1 cycle.
Alright.
Ideally, I should be on the H1, just following it up. And we're 20 pip target. It's also a double top
Why
here.
don't you have the 1 hour peak on the 5 minute?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay. So I guess when it changes color, then
Wait a minute, that's 15 minute. Why is it 15 minute? That should be 1 hour.
yeah, the 1 hour and the 15-minute.
Yeah, the bit. What the heck?
I think you already had the 1 hour in the background, right?
Yeah. Let me change that back. Yeah, that's the 1 hour 532. Yeah. With the 15-minute peak. So I just need to go strong to the upside, then I can move my stop again to break even. That'll be good. Oh, that's the 221. Okay. Yeah, it's 1 hour big bar. And that's the 532 and the 1332 moving at the same time. So that's the sync move. And then this is the 221 peak on the 15-minute.
Oh, if you think.
Gold is not playing ball at all.
I don't know what gold is doing. I'm just keeping an eye on it here, but I just can't make out what way it wants to go.
Yeah.
It's probably waiting for the equity hour. So
I've got to take off shortly after the top of the hour.
Okay. So you're going back waiting.
Yes, I have a job to finish, and it gets finished most of it today, and then the rest of it tomorrow morning while the weather is fine.
Okay.
It's all outside stuff, and I just have to do it. It's been hanging over me for months.
Right.
Look at that fucking gold thingy, Genie Mac. It just shoots back up and then goes down and sideways and then up and down. Wow.
Today, what it may be like because of the FOMC minutes, the
it's
dollar
just-
pairs may just be going kablooey, you know.
It's a weird trading day today, and as it always is for this scenario. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's good trades in there, but you have to be lightning fast.
Yeah.
There's the CAD yen on the 1 minute starting to turn down again.
Yeah.
You know, that was the one I fancied earlier today, that the CAD yen would really go down today.
Yeah.
It did go down for like 20-30 pips, and then it shot, I don't know why, but it shot straight back up again.
Yeah, I mean the Canadian look at the daily cycling down.
Yeah.
It's just that each one has not cycled down yet.
Yeah, well, it's just the market makers doing their thing on a day like today. That's
Yeah.
my opinion, you know, so that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
I'm actually waiting all the yen pairs on the 1 hour to cycle.
Right,
but the yen has gotten weak since
right.
earlier today. So that's why I was hoping the USD yen would take off, but
It looked like it was going to, didn't it?
yeah,
And then of course it does its thing.
and it's not too high from the previous day high, so we should at least get there.
Right.
Yeah, the US unit ought to. It's checking that support on the yellow ball off to the left hand side.
Yeah. I was actually having a hard time with this one.
Yeah,
Keeps coming down to that and bouncing. The dollar is lacking any drivers today, aside from the FOMC at 2 this afternoon. But
all right.
if the market makers doing what they want to do,
Oh man, are they doing that? Oh my God, are they ever? They're having a cleanup today. They're just coining it.
yeah. So technically, this is a bearish formation, Morningstar. If this thing doesn't break this high, it'll be time to get out. And the 5-minute is already cycling down. I'm to take my 3 minutes, 3 pips and then run.
Run for the hills.
Only thing stopping me is the 1 minute is cycling. All right, I'm out with this 1 pip. So 1.3 here, minus 10 on the other side. So I'm down about 9 pips for this session.
Look at that.
On New Zealand, pound Aussie going strong. But that train has already left the station, kind of thing. Or the Aussie dollar. Short. Hasn't cycled down. New Zealand dollar. Remember, I was short on these two this morning.
Yeah.
I made $7,000 combined.
Wow.
Okay. Short. Each one is cycling. 5 minutes is not. Okay.
Well,
Go ahead. Going to say something?
no, I'm going to take off soon.
Okay.
As in, like in a few minutes.
Okay.
And then tomorrow I won't have to do that because by late tomorrow morning, by lunchtime tomorrow, my time,
Will be done.
I'll be, oh God, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I'm sick and tired of painting. I hate it now. I used to enjoy it, but I don't anymore.
What stuff are you painting? Are you painting your own house or your?
Yeah. I bought a new shed last year and the roof was supposed to be what we call powder coated, but it wasn't.
Okay.
It's just, rusted to high heaven.
Hmm.
And I've got the outside on the drive to paint as well because that got all stained up, something terrible.
All right.
This is stuff that should have been done long before I ever moved in here, but it never did. So
Right.
I want to get it done now, and then I'm finished with it for this year.
Okay. You want to take a long on the pound Aussie?
You should get 20 pips out of that.
Yeah, hopefully. And again, that's because the daily cycling, the 4 hour is strong. 1 hour is a cycle.
My platform is frozen.
5 minutes is cycling. And the 1 minute gave a change in direction. That's the reason for that entry.
Yeah.
Now watch it stall because I'm in it. All these are late entries. I mean, the entry was here.
Yeah.
And I should have already had 20 pips by now.
Okay, gentlemen, I have to go.
All right.
Talk
Talk to you
tomorrow.
later, John.
Okay, God bless.
Bye.
Thanks.
All right, later, man.
Talk to you. Bye.
All right, now we can talk bad about John. All right, what is this? 8814. There's no momentum in the market at all today. What's going on?
Oh, it's probably waiting, setting up for the 8:30.
Yeah. When you say 8:30, you're talking your time.
Yeah.
Keep getting confused. I'm already at 9:10. What are you talking about? Okay, took the high out. It's a good sign. Now it needs to do something with it. Okay. Let's close the stop in the 1 minute. We'll do this long bar. And that gives me an 8 pip stop. I go 10 pips in the profit. I'll put it under the low of the current bar. That will close the gap. Another 3 pips to go. 4 pips.
It's like the USD yen is trying to get back in sync.
Yeah, the H4 is not playing ball right now. So it's going to go sideways for a little bit. And gold has reversed. It's going down now. I mean, pound Aussie, everything is above 50, except the weekly. So this is a strong mover. This as soon as I get in, it starts to dawdle. It's 1 minute cycle. And it goes back up. I'll take another trade. There's a danger of the 5 minute peaking and the 15 minute peaking. So have to pay attention to that too. This gives a change of direction. That's an exit.
Yeah, what I noticed is sometimes it's just better to wait for the 8:30
Yeah,
and see how it sets up, unless it's a clear directional move into the 8:30.
yeah, I'm going to close this because this is giving me a. Yes, you're right. So in view of that, let's look at a pair. I mean, the Aussie dollar is the strongest going down, but the Aussie dollar is not set up. Oh, each one is cycling now. Okay. This is a good trade to the downside. Am I jumping in too early on this? Maybe wait for a 2-ball recycle. This is going to take a while to confirm the 1 hour anyway. So how do you pick a pair in the middle of an hour to look at? What
Well,
are you actually looking at to see?
I'm looking at what time it is. So
Uh,
like right now, like right now, it's getting close to 8:30.
Yeah,
So I'm looking to see how my 1 hour and 15-minute cycles are developing before the 8:30 or going into the 8:30.
but that's after you already picked a pair to trade, right?
Right.
So, that's what I'm asking. Do you pick a pair by looking at the daily and falling down to the 1 hour, that kind of thing? So,
No, on the session itself,
mhm,
if I pick a overall pair direction,
right,
then is that pair going in my direction in that session? If it's not, then I'm strictly picking that pair on the 1 hour and 15-minute cycle.
okay. So
So it
let's take the pound Aussie today, right?
right.
Pound Aussie is strong, right? Now, in the session, it is going up, but it's a matter of you're saying how the 1 hour, which is a cycle up, and the 15 minute, which is maybe peaking, the 5 is dropping. So you're waiting for the 5 minute cycle to go back up, right? To take a long. And you wait till 9:30 my time to see how this is set up at that point, right? But your bias is long. Am I correct?
Yeah, yeah, the bias, the 1 hour is cycling up. Yes, bias is long.
Okay.
But by the time, everything is said and done, it could just be peaking and start to cycle down.
Mhm.
So it all depends on where's the cycle at. Is it the beginning of the cycle or I'm at the end of the cycle? And then once the hour comes in, okay, what is the 5 minute following those cycle or not? Or is it continuing to go strong to the upside?
When you say hour, I mean for the hour, you're talking about 9, 10, 11, like that. But at 9:30,
No, the two time frames I'm looking at is gonna be the 14 around the 1430 and 1400, 1430,
right?
and in between that until it gets to the 830,
Mhm.
the 1630,
Right.
right?
Which is
So
this time frame right here.
right. So however everything is setting up, like like gold, right? Gold was setting up to go long in the middle of
Right. Mhm.
the 1400 and the 830,
Right.
right? So it didn't follow through.
Right.
So then it started to reverse. So now it's set up to go short, to go into the 830
Correct.
time time frame. So that would be the trade, right? Short,
Okay.
because it didn't follow through to the long side.
Correct.
Because the thing is, it's hard to say this is the direction it's going to go in this time frame, because it's for the New York session, everything is trying to set up
Yeah.
for the big move. So it could either be in trend or against the trend. You just have to wait to see how it develops.
Mhm.
So sometimes it's obvious, right? Like let's say the Euro New Zealand.
Yeah.
Right, is obvious that you're waiting for where to go, Euro New Zealand, right? As soon as the 14 hour 14 1430 time frame comes in,
Mhm.
you're already starting to have a peak setup to go along.
Correct.
So that one was a little bit more obvious because you're going long overall. And if you look at Where was it? If you look at the 1 hour, the 1 hour was cycling down, trying to peak.
Mhm.
So at that point, you just waiting to see if the 1 hour sets up, starts to cycle up, and the 15 at that point was also peaking, cycling up into trend. So that was a setup that was quite kind of obvious. It was just setting up to go into the 8:30
Right.
time frame, uh, to the top side.
Mhm.
And then maybe at the 8:30, maybe everything will switch around and reverse.
Okay.
I mean, that's how I look at the New York session, because the New York session a lot of times is used to reverse the market. So you just don't know if it's going to be a continuation or a continuation and then a reversal later on.
Right.
So the New York session tends to give you multiple trades, a continuation in the trend and then possible reversals.
Okay.
So it all you can't say this is it. You just have to see how is you have an overall direction. Is it setting up in that direction? And if it is, how is it developing within those within the 14:30 and the 8:30 hour? I
Mhm.
mean 14:30 and 16:30 hour. How is it developing in between that?
Right.
Is it forming? If it's is it setting up to reverse like the gold,
Mhm.
where it's the first half of in between it went up, and then the second half it reversed and came down into the
Right.
8:30 hour. So just being aware of that it's trying to form something in between those 2 hours. You just got to see what's more prevalent at the time.
Right.
So like the trades we were taking, a lot of those trades were at peaks, right? And you're trying to take a trade at peak in between the setup hours. And a lot of times they tend to peak and then just reverse.
Yeah. I just need a little oomph in this market. That's all. Everything's going sideways.
Yeah, that's why I put the box around the 1400 candle, because that's the box, that range, that 1400, it kind of starts to visually set up your kind of sets up your trade,
I mean, this is the box right here.
right? So you're looking at inside that box, you know that it's trying to set up. Which way is it trying to set up first?
Correct.
So you start looking at the 1 hour within that box. Which way is the 1 hour trying to swing?
Yeah, the 1 hour started to go up,
Right.
right? So I
So
go to
so
the
you
1 hour. Yeah, it was swinging up.
right. So you know already you have a strong bias to the upside.
Yeah.
So once you go back to your 5 minute, you can see as soon as you get that change in direction, it's taking off. Bounce off the bottom,
Yeah,
got your change in direction, it's taking off.
that was 30 pips. Was 30 pips is like 18 pips on the dollar, or 21 pips. And now they're just waiting for the 9:30 news.
Right.
Or 9:30 hour.
So right now the 1 hour is still cycling up, but
Yeah.
it can peak at any time. 15-minute is peaking, and 5-minute is giving you a trend trade.
Trend trade. And 1
So
minute is almost giving you a change of direction again.
so at the 8:30, you're either going to get a continuation long,
Or
or
reversal.
or it's going to start setting up for a reversal to go
Yeah.
to the opposite side.
Okay. Last 5 minutes before 9:30. This will be a critical bar. And the 5 minute is cycle now. Wunderbar. It's trying to go up.
See, the Euro New Zealand could be setting up for a reversal to the downside, especially after such big moves.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking on the 4 hour for sure. That'd be a good move down if you can catch it. Maybe. Last minute before it opens. Then they'll slam it out. USD yen is rising again.
Yeah, the 5 minute setup. We're setting up to go long.
Mhm.
All right, let's see.
And it's just a 15-minute maybe peaking.
Right.
All right, it's 9:30.
So 9:30, pound Aussie. 15-minute is flat, looks good. 5-minute is cycling up.
There we go. Took the
Took
high
that.
out. Now it's moving. Won't stop now. Come on. All right, moving my stop loss closer. The bottom here. Now I have a 4-pip stop loss. So close the gap on the risk. And bring my take profit down here.
Yeah, I think it might even go to the London, take the London high up.
Yeah, it's okay. This will give me 25 pips. And don't want to lose anything. I'm scalping, right? So
All right.
come on. Why are you dropping?
I think it hit the round number.
Did it?
Oh,
Bless you.
thank
Yeah, it almost did.
you. Yeah.
Pretty close.
Yeah, I think gold was a better trade short once it reversed.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at gold. I'm out of that. Gold. Oh God.
Mhm.
Just took off. Oh, it's USD and USD and took off too. So trades did work out. It's just I'm not patient enough.
Right.
This is a 15 pips from the entry. Gold, yeah, 10 pips.
So if you put a vertical line on your 1430 and a vertical line on your 1630.
Yeah, the two right here.
Oh, I can't see it.
Can you see my purple and white?
Oh, okay, I see the purple. That's the 1430?
Yeah.
Or the 1400. Oh, it don't matter.
Oh, that's the
1400.
1400. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Um between that 1400 and that 1630.
Here's a 1430. And this is the 1630. So
You can't hardly see it. That's right.
you can't see my lines?
Uh-uh.
How about now?
Yeah. I see a yellow line and a now white.
Correct. So I got 1400, 1430, and 1630.
All right. So that's your setup zone.
Okay.
You have to see how the market is set up in between those two zones.
Right.
A lot of times they'll move in one direction and then reverse into the next into the
So,
830,
okay.
1630. And the best way is just if you're looking for a pair to trade in that session is just see which has the best 1
Setup.
hour
Yeah.
setup. So you start looking for change in direction on the 1 hour or already in trend trade setup on the 1 hour.
Right.
Yeah, I think it was time to get out of that pound Aussie when it hit that round number.
And it's going to get back there. That's what I'm hoping.
So in between that is your setup zone.
Mm-hmm.
And then after you get past the 1630,
Mm-hmm.
then you look to see where's your next setup is going to be as far as is the market going to continue or is it going to reverse after
Right.
the 830. So now you're looking for the next setup as far as is this still strong to the upside or is it setting up to reverse?
Right. Are you looking at that on the H1?
Yeah, on the H1 and on the 15-minute.
Okay, so if the 15 minutes starts to peak and come down, That's the start of the reversal. And if it's pulling the H1 down,
Yeah, then I'll probably bring the H1 down.
right? So it only bring the H1 down when you have a change of direction on this one. Start pull the H1 down.
I mean, you'll see it on the 5-minute first, right?
Yeah. Mhm. Oh yeah, 5-minute change of direction will pull the 15-minute down, and the 15-minute change of direction will pull the H.
All right. And you're not getting, so far you're not getting none of that. So yeah, everything is
Correct.
still strong to the upside.
So let's see if it takes this high out here. This is at 99.6 was the high. So it's got about 2 pips. If it takes it out, it's going to go to this level here, which is where I should pay to put my take profits. Come on, baby. Ready to take it out. Come on. You can do it. It's playing with the round number again. There we go. Come on. Give me what I need. Ah. 8 more pips. So 8, 10, 11, 19 minus, I'm up 9 pips for the day, for this session. Yeah, I had a hard time getting to breaking the round number.
Right.
Okay, so
So,
let's go.
so now you, since it's having a hard time breaking that number,
You're
and it's
looking
past
for
the
a
830, so you see if it will give you a
reversal.
reversal setup, or maybe it'll set up to go long again.
Yeah. And the 1 hour is still strong. You can see the blue candle.
Right. The 15 is still strong.
Yeah.
It's flat. A new 1 minute bar and 7 seconds. One minute is doing a change in direction.
You can see it's pulling the 5 down. And USD yen took off. Still within that box though, the daily box. USD yen is hitting the previous week high and just staying there. It's having a hard time breaking that.
Yeah.
Looks like the pound Aussie wants to come down.
Yeah, we'll just let the 1 minute cycle back up and see how it sets up.
Yeah.
The 50 minutes still flat.
Yeah, this is because the 5 minute is not coming down strongly. Yeah, 5 minute is starting to, 15 minutes starting to peak. Okay, 1 minute is getting back into trend. This would be an aggressive entry because the 5 minute hasn't turned yet. If it breaks the top, I'm going to take. Okay, look the high out. Is a good sign. Okay, took another 10 pips. And I'm done for the day because I have now 21, 30, 20 pips. I'm done. So I filled my quota, 20 pips, and this I'm expecting it to go all the way up here. And that level is 945. So another 30 pips to go. All right, so just to summarize, between here and here, if we get a setup on the 5 minute like here, that is a possible entry with the stop loss over here. So that would be
Yeah, as long as the
60
15
minutes going up. Right?
Yeah. in the same
So yeah, in this case, the 60 minute was already cycling to the upside.
Right.
So, and as you can see with the candle, the blue candle is telling you the 60 minutes is already cycling, started to
Right.
cycle over here. So, but there it wasn't ready, not ready, not ready. And here it gave you the ready signal, right? So 12 pip, and then it just remained blue all the way over here. And that trade, 55 pips.
Right.
So if you pick a pair, and by that I mean, I'm going to squish it, so forgive me if you can't see anything. You pick a pair with the daily cycling, the 4 hour is in support of the daily, so they're cycling up very strong. And then the 1 hour gives you a fresh cycle, which was here.
Mhm.
And your 15 minute is also in that cycle. So let me draw another line, vertical line. So this is where the 1 hour started to cycle up. You look at the 15 minute as well, look at the 1 minute. 1 minute there has a 15 minute candle, and that is also cycling up. So if you look at the actual 15 minute stochastic, it has started to cycle. So we were good there, and the 5 minute was at the top. So you knew you had to wait for a 5 minute cycle back up.
Right.
So you didn't get an entry till here. And then if you look at the 1 hour cycling up, 15 minute is all the way here, but it's still got room to go. 5 minute we already know. And then the 1 minute also is giving you an entry. So the entry, you look at the 5 minute is here. The stop loss is the first pivot, which is here. And your target can be whatever, right? So if this was your target, you made 49 pips. This was your target for a scalp, then you made 12 pips. But this you could double up on your trade. So 2 trades here, that's 25 pips, and that's 100 pips. And you're done for the day.
Right. So usually I just take that target would be 100%.
After the stop loss.
No, from that yellow ball, 3 ball.
Yeah, this one right here.
Yeah. The
Which one?
fifth,
This
no,
one or this one?
the one in the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, from the fifth from that one and the 2 ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
80 pips, let's say.
Yeah, so 100% of that move.
So you're doing an extension.
Mhm.
Let's see. That's the 100%. That's the target there. And that target would have yielded 50 pips. This is a fib extension, basically.
Right.
And that's the 100% from here. And that's the 200%. So but what you're doing is you're taking this range, you're taking a mathematical
Right.
extension rather than a fib extension. So what you're doing is taking it from the bottom here, not vertical, tree line. From the bottom here to here, adding it to here, and that's a target. And that would have given you 55 pips. Right? That's what you're doing.
Right.
So 55 pips, and if you had 2 trades, that's 110 pips. Hopefully that is clear on the video as to what we're trying to do. It's a balanced, what they call mathematically balanced trade. So let's take another example, not the pound yen, but the Euro NZD for as an example. So you go to the Euro NZD. And in this one, there's no clear, unless you take this target. And with an entry over here, that's 36 pips. Hope that makes sense. Today the trade was on the EuroCAD. It's the one I took. Your target would have been from here to here, right? Swing point to swing point, basically. Correct?
Right.
So you did that. That is your target. And then entry over here. And that's 25 pips. I mean, this is the EuroCAD, so
I mean, that's the London session, so you can go 200%.
yeah. I mean,
Oh,
I mean, if I'm taking an entry on this one, I mean, I get in over here. So my entry would have been somewhere here. My exit is not till here.
Right.
Because I got all blue candles, which is the 1 hour swing.
Correct.
And this is where it starts to backfire on me. So, I mean, it's already peaking over here. And if I'm still long, then I'm long at an aggressive level here, at a moderate level here. And that gives me 13 pips. But let's see the pound dollar. Pound dollar. So pound dollar is cycling down, cycling down. We're waiting for a cycle down, which would have been here. Let's look at the H1. H1 cycle started there on the 5 minute. So how would you target this? You ask, yeah. So this is an iffy trade because it's pink, but here's the actual trade. And that would have given you 50 pips. So how do you target this? Let's try this mathematical. Go up to here.
Well, I have a delay. Where are you at? On the 5?
Give me a second. We know when you catch up.
I think it just froze.
Oh,
You talking about the trade to the downside?
yeah. the entry is here on the 5 minute.
Right.
And this pink just means that it's above the cycle is started, but it's above the 50. That's why it's pink. So this is an aggressive entry. And if you took that entry and you didn't get out till here, let's say you got out here, that's 23 pips.
I can't see you.
Still can't see it.
Oh, I'll have to get in and out.
Okay.
Is there any way to?
Yeah, this Skype is just one of the. This is Zoom. It's your internet. That's calling it. I'll wait for you. Go ahead. Go in and out. Oh, you started another session.
So which one is the session?
Got you in there twice. Let me know if you can see my.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, so the pound dollar, as you can see, the daily was cycling down, the weekly is cycling down. The 4 hour was cycling down. So you're looking to see where the H1 gives you an entry. And the H1 gave you an entry here. And if you look at this on the 5 minute, since this is above the 50, you will get a pink bar. So this is the start of the cycle on the 1 hour. If you took this entry and you got out when it turned back up, that gave you, let's say over here, 17 pips. Now you're still going short. So now you're looking to see where you get a second entry. Second entry was here. And you don't get out till somewhere here.
Right.
Or you get out at your target, which is this previously low.
Correct.
And that's 48 pips. So you made 16 here, 48 here, 64 pips. This is without targeting. If you were to target this, how would you do that? Santiago, can you tell me how? Would you take the first swing point and use that as a target?
Well, you start off with the consolidation up there.
Up here.
Yeah, the last swing up, right?
Yeah. So let me draw the box. It's the consolidation you're talking about. Right?
Right.
So, and you take copy the box. There you go. So now this is the box.
Right.
Right
So,
there.
So that would have been your possible target that you know is gonna at least try to make it to that point.
Okay.
Well, as you can see, it's set up to go short again. So you just draw you another box, which would be a 200%.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And that
My target would have been 200%, mainly because this is just starting the 1 hour cycle.
right.
And that reached the 200% right there.
Right.
So
So it depends on the strength and the cycles. Like this was a strong cycle, and it started a brand new was this a 5 minute or 15-minute chart?
this is the 5 minute, but this
Yeah,
is a
but
1 hour cycle.
Right. This is a full 1 hour. The 1 hour cycle hadn't finished.
It finished here.
Right.
It finished in the sense that this cycle finished. Then it went
Right.
up and started a new cycle here.
Right.
But the point I was trying to make is that this is where the cycle starts. And this is the first time that it came back, right?
Mhm.
So in this cycle, there was obviously some blowback here. If you look at, where's my vertical? If you look at this 1 hour here on the 1 hour chart, obviously it's just there's one bar. There was it went from here to here, and that's what caused that cyan bars, the peak. So if you look at the 15-minute, you will probably look at that. So this was a cycle up in that 1 hour.
Right.
So you have a choice as a trader to get out somewhere here because you entered here, and you get out somewhere here. And if you do that, you get 10 pips, right? Let's say you get out over here and start testing this. And if you wait for a second entry, which happened here, right there, and this is the end of the cycle. Here is this part here. So if you look at that, and you're at the bottom of the 200%, anywhere here is your exit.
Right.
So if you take it at the pivot point, that's 46 pips. So that's 56 pips in total. Now, when you get the red bars, you know you're below 50 on the 1 hour. You can double up and go. So that would have been 90 some pips.
Correct.
Plus 10, 100 pips. That's a 100 pip trade day. That makes sense. That's makes sense.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. And all of this was because you're waiting for a sell. So you're not getting caught in this buy. You're just waiting for the cycle.
No, if you are taking that buy, you know you're not. It's temporarily short.
Yeah. I mean, you take this bar, it spikes up to you get out.
Yeah, you need to get out. Yeah.
You don't need to live through this. And here you can see the 15-minute was trying to peak, and the 15-minute was trying to peak, and you know the 1 hour is going to cycle. And that's what it did. Started the cycle, went back up for 1 bar, and then gave you the entry. And if you look at this bar and you go to the 1 hour, you will see that it went below the 50. And that's when the color changed to a red.
Right.
So if I go back to the indicators, I only have 2 colors here. No, that's not right. Why do I have that? Oh, here. It's the 2 to 1. It's 5 minute. That's the one. Yeah. So these are the 2 colors. So this is a peak candle and a peak candle on the 1 hour. So what you were seeing on the 5 minute is a 1 hour peak, 1 hour peak, and then go. So this is peaking on the 1 hour.
Right.
Peaking on the 1 hour, and then it goes. So this is your actual trade, but this is a trade within the peak from here.
But you know, a lot of times when I guess this is the conservative way of doing it, right?
Mhm.
But if you know your overall direction and you know you're waiting for a peak,
Yeah.
When in the London section when you get that 3 ball,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
You start breaking it down to the 15-minute or the 5 minute, changing directions.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I got entered on, is the change of direction on the 5.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I get your point. You don't have to wait. You get this 3 ball, and you can break it down to the 1 minute. And you say, okay, 1 minute. Where's my entry? My entry is here. And if you
Just
go
like-
back to the 5 minute, that's the gain of 14 pips.
Mhm.
You can take a second entry here in this
Right.
change of direction. Then I can take a third entry here if I want to live through this. Or I can get out of these 2 trades over here for 20, 20 something pips, and then take 2 trades down for 90 pips. And that'll be 110 pip day, just knowing the direction you're trading in.
Right.
Now, this was a short here. And this gave you another 30 pips almost. So you ignore this up and you're just waiting for this down. Hopefully that makes sense. Am I saying, stating something that's not true?
No, I
Okay.
mean, no, you're waiting for all the cycles down.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to trade the up direction, it's there to be traded if you want to. But you have
If
to have
you
a
want to, yeah, I mean,
yeah.
if you're a true scalper, you would do it. Then you would break it down to the 1 minute chart and look for a trade. So, for example,
Well, no, you can stay on the 5 minute because the 5 minute is going to give you the pattern you need
right here,
uh,
it's the pattern.
for the direction.
And this one give you 27 pips on the upside, but it went from a peak to a blue on the 1 hour. And it turned pink over here, which means it's peaking again to the downside, and you can make a decision. You reached a pivot point, the daily pivot, and it's stalling around there, so you can make a decision. Now you're on the downside, in line again,
Yeah.
and your entry is here, and you can target over here, previous day low, 28 pips. So it's up to the trader, basically, is what you're saying. So let's take a trade that I haven't looked at today at all. Pick a pair, any pair.
USD CAD.
USD CAD. All right. Beautiful trade. Okay, USD CAD going long. Daily, 4 hours going long, 1 hour cycle up, 5 minute trade chain of direction right here. There's your entry. Now, if I draw my box on this, yellow ball to yellow ball. So it's consolidation. And that's my 100%.
You probably the from 3 ball to 3 ball probably be easy.
What's that?
The Asian session.
Oh. Okay. So doing it incorrectly is what he's saying?
No, I mean, because that's seems like a bigger the overall range and the
Yeah,
price.
let's see. This one here. This one gave the entire range from this yellow ball to this.
Yeah, from that yellow ball to that's the whole range is in.
So let's say from here to here is what you're talking about. Right?
Right.
Okay. So take this. Here's 100%. And just to be sure that we understand, we are targeting with an entry over here
Right.
200% is over here. This is all new cycle on the 1 hour.
Right.
And if you take two lots here and you get out over here, that's 68 pips, 70 pips.
Right.
Okay, so that's the first trade. Now, you get a consolidation over here. Let's carry it all the way out. And we're looking after the 7:30 or 7 o'clock bar. I have an entry here where it's a cycle entry. Here's the proper entry right here.
Right. Right.
And if I just take that entry and I do my boxes again, here's the first target. And here's the second target, I already hit it. So if I hit my second target, that's, if I take two trades, that's another 60 pips. So 70 pips plus 60 is 130 pips. No sweat.
Right.
All because I had a new fresh 1 hour cycle and another fresh 1 hour cycle.
And what time was that entry?
This one
What
was at
time?
9:30
No, the first entry.
at 9 o'clock, 9 p.m., 9 a.m. platform time.
Right.
Right at the euro open.
Right. So between an hour before that and an hour after that, you should have a setup in
Yeah,
between
so
those.
this is the hour before, this is the hour after.
Yeah.
So between
That's-
here and here, you're saying there's a setup right there. And that's all because the daily was cycling 4 hours cycling.
Right.
And we got a 1 hour cycle.
Right. And look at your what does your daily chart look like?
Let me get rid. So we are done with this chart, right? So
Yeah.
I hope if anybody watches this, they understand the process. So let me give me a second. I'll go to the daily, and this is still continuing. There was no exit on this because you still have blue bars.
Right.
Okay, daily. Got rid of this. There we go. All right, daily chart. Previous day was a indecision candle. So if you look at it from here, now these are the weekly cycles on the daily chart. And we have a weekly cycle that's starting out. So if I look at the weekly, I have a fresh cycle. It's giving me a fresh cycle because the 13 straightened out.
Right.
So my thought here is that I'm already cycling on the daily. My weekly is also cycling, that I have a bullish day ahead of me. That we're getting at.
Yeah, you have a potential bullish day.
Okay.
Now this is a little different because it has a pattern before the breakout. No, on the actual chart,
What do you
you
mean?
have all those inside bars and kind of
Yeah.
like a triangle.
Yeah, this one. Yeah. So what he's talking about is this pennant.
Right.
That's the inner pennant. And then you have an outer pennant. And you can see the inner pennant and the outer pennant basically match.
Right.
So this consolidation here, if I was doing a target, I would do it from here, like this. And since this is a breakout, my target would be right here, long-term target. No, a little lower, right there. And that in itself would be 370 pips, depending on where you get it.
Right.
So that's essentially the technical piece, along with the indicators we are using.
Because otherwise I wouldn't have picked this pair because of that indecisive
Candle.
day.
Yeah.
But because it was forming a symmetrical pattern,
Right,
it was worth taking a look at
right,
to see if it actually follows through on the long side.
right. I mean, the process we are talking about is basically look at the previous day and the stochastic going with it.
Right.
And this previous day here is the weekly cycle. It's a fairly fresh cycle. Here's a fresh cycle right here. You look at this on the weekly. This is where it peaked and went up again. And we were here, and you can see it's straightening out from here to here. So if you look at on the daily, the previous week, this was a indecision on the stochastic, then it turned up. So we have daily and weekly working in sync. The 4 hour is also, well, the 4 hour is peaking, so you have to wait for a cycle on the 4 hour, which happens here. Or after this peak, right? Somewhere in here, which is the actual cycle here. And H1 was in peak form, so that's today. So if you go down to the 5 minute, and this is the Asian session now, so here's your entry. Oh, this is the European session, sorry. Here's your entry. And let's draw the line there. Stay, you're following this on the H1. Guess what? No exit. And these are the 4 hour candles. Take that entry. We're happy with 82 pips. You've got another entry here. Or another 20 pips. That's a 100 pip trade. I hope I'm making sense, right? Am I saying it correctly, Santiago?
No, you're right.
Okay. So that's the system. I don't know what else we can say. The pound dollar just dropped its pants. Look at that. My son is very, very happy. He got in at 525 short. So he's 125, 160 pips up on a 5 lot trade, $8,000. He was asking me yesterday, should I get out? And I'm going, no, you're making end of day decisions, not middle of day decisions.
Right.
Because he's trading the daily. Okay. Why would you want to get out of the red bar? Just wait for the weekly cycle to be over.
Right.
Okay, say you're acting like a stupid trader now. Anyway, so that's it. Anything else you want to talk about?
Now go over to gold.
Yeah.
And go on the 1 hour chart. And you see how the day started,
Mhm,
and they do this a lot, which is they start taking liquidity out.
mhm,
You see that that first move up
mhm.
broke the initial high,
Right.
and then it came back down and broke
Took
the
the low.
initial low,
Yeah.
then
Uh,
came back up and broke that high,
High.
and
Yeah.
now it's came back down and broke that overall low.
Okay. So this is the expanding triangle formation,
Right.
which is basically a, equity drain. And if it dawdles over here and keeps going back and forth, there's no trades here.
Right.
So this is the inverted pennant formation, which kills people's liquidity. So any scalpers that are not trading on the 1 minute are getting taken out left and right.
And you can tell just by looking at the stochastic that the what's going on, because the 1332 and the 532 are moving together.
Here, here, here. So this is where I normally would say is a range,
Right.
because the change in
But
direction is coming
isn't it
without a trend.
right? And in
Yeah.
this case, it is an expanding range. Every
Correct.
time they're expanding the which
Correct.
all they're doing is just taking all the stops out.
Yeah. They're setting up for a big trade for the summer, is what they're doing.
Right.
So in this case, it's worth looking at the monthly, because that's where they'll take their cue from. This is the big money. And the monthly is cycling down, starting to cycle down,
You have a triple top.
and you have a triple top. So in this case, the range is that. It's that, and this was a false breakout. So this is actually, it should at least go down to here. So if you set your trade and just let it go, that's 2,003, almost 3,000 pips. But this will take almost a whole year to get there.
Right.
So if you're trading your IRAs or whatever, take a small lot size, because the stop loss is 1,300 pips, and just let it ride.
Yeah.
I
'Cause
wouldn't put gold in my IRA like that anyway, but I would trade my daily, weekly. Weekly is also a year. Yeah, weekly is also a year. So daily, I would trade month by month. So here was a peak, here's the trade short. It's like 700 pips. Anyway. Okay, I'm sorry, what did you want to say about gold? I sidetracked
No, I was just showing how
how they were taking
you
liquidity out.
yeah, the overall direction was, well, the beginning was long, right? Because the daily
Yeah.
was cycling up.
Right.
But as you can see, the daily 1332 was not
Following the
following.
fire. Yeah.
So you basically was waiting for a
Turnaround.
cycle down,
Yeah.
a turnaround, a cycle down on the daily.
Right.
Because you already got a change in direction.
Yeah.
So
On
you
the 50, on the 1 hour.
well, on the daily itself.
Oh, you mean here? Right here.
Right.
Yeah.
So the next logical trade was to wait for the daily to peak and start to cycle down.
Right.
So it looks like it's trying to peak, right? So this should end as a negative day, and then you have a follow through tomorrow.
Yeah, let's see,
Yeah.
4 hours, already peaking, you're right. But it's peaking to the upside, and now it's gonna try and peak to the downside. It's got 2 peaks in a row, which is a range again. So this is another range. And it's hit the top, so it's going to come to the bottom kind of thing.
Right.
And
And then-
that's 160 pips. And you can see the 4-hour cycling, the daily trying to turn. 1 hour is already giving you change in direction, trying to get into trend. 15 is in trend. And 5. So a good possibility of a short trade.
Right.
But if you are conservative, you would wait for the box to break. You're aggressive like Santiago, you would take this trade and go all the way down.
I mean, if the signal is there, you're in a range, then
Yeah.
the top of that box should be your entry.
Yeah, the only thing with this trade is a single lot. If it's something like this, this is the peak, and then a red, you're taking double lots and letting it fly. If you
Right.
did that, that's 1,000 pips, 1,200 pips. Single lot is $12,000. I mean, yeah, one lot, 2 trades is $12,000.
Right.
Similarly here. I mean, this is the daily swing on a 4-hour. Just with peaks shown, right? In the daily peaks. If you're speaking with the blue background, there are no trades till you get to the actual peak. Anyway. Okay. Anything else you want to say?
No, I think that's it.
You're sleepy, man. Go to sleep.
Yeah.
All right, then I will end the session here. Thank you for your input. Hopefully, we'll put some good knowledge out there. Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right, man. Take it easy.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.